wasn't the person to have all the new clothes and new shoes, and I wasn't the person that would go out to eat. Like, you know how families and stuff like go to McDonald's and things like that. We never really did that when I was younger. We always cooked, or my grandparents always cooked. We never spent money on things that wasn't really necessary. I'd say like I was an unwealthy kid growing up. I didn't have the things that a lot of kids have. But I know I had two parents that always loved me and two brothers that always be there for me.
Basketball, that's what we did. That's all we did every day. Come home from school, eat, probably even go around the corner to my friend's house around the corner and play basketball till probably 9 o'clock, come back, eat. That'd be it every day, every single day.
My son, Charles Terry Brown, he was also a basketball player. He played at Belleville School, and he brought both of his boys, Gabe's brother, Nick, who also played at the school, and over the years, they competed together in terms of playing basketball, and that's what they wanted to do all their life.
He influenced me. He's the man that's making this all happen right now. Growing up, he pushed me to be the best I could be. My dad used to be a janitor growing up. He worked at South Middle School, and he coached there too. So all my brothers played there. So growing up, that's where I always be, working out, playing with him, playing with my brothers, just really becoming the best basketball player I could be. We really couldn't afford to go to like rec centers and things like that. So South Middle School was everything to me. That's still my home right now. So he influenced me very well. He put all the tools that he had and put it into me and my brothers.
I didn't really realize that Charlie had a son until, oh boy, I bet you Gabe was maybe 8th or 9th grade. And he informed me that he had a son, and his dad was a pretty good shooter himself, so it doesn't surprise me that Gabe can shoot the ball too. And you know, at that time, I would just chat with him a little bit, and you know, I would just tell Charlie, hey, you know, stay with your son, stick with him, you know, teach him, you know, don't force him, let him love the game. You know, don't force the game on him. And his dad did a magnificent job with him in that regard.
The one thing he told me was he knew out of all my brothers that I could be the one that could make a difference and change my family situation, which one day I probably still can. He always told me I would be the one to make it to the NBA and buy him a house, buy my brother a house, and just support the family. And I still believe that to this day.
Charlie was my son. He was a hard-working individual. He got a job at the Ford Motor Company. And of course, he didn't like that too well, and he kept looking for something else. So he finally got a job at the Belleville school system, and that's what he loved, and he thrived doing that. He was very happy with what he was doing. They really loved him, and the kids especially. That's all they talked about was Charlie. They called him Charlie Brown. That's what they called him, Charlie Brown. And he loved what he was doing at the school.
It was tough. It's just different, you know, growing up. Just always having, you know, your dad there or whoever there, and just one day it just totally changed. So it was kind of just like when he went into the hospital, it was just like, it's hard to explain. It was just like, let's just keep, you know, trying to push through. Hopefully, you know, it'll get better.
Yeah, it was real hard for me and my brother, going to see him every day, him hooked up to a machine. And doctors telling you that he's not getting better. All we can do is just pray. All we can do is just be by his side. But that's probably the hardest thing I ever went through as a person. My dad, even when he was hospitalized, he used to wipe me and my brother's tears off. And for him to do that and still like have a stroke or still trying to recover from a stroke is probably one of the greatest memories that I got. Yeah, that's probably the hardest thing I ever went through in my life. No matter what basketball or what my brothers have done to me or fights or anything, that's up there. That one hits the heart every time.
Well, we all were suffering. He had a very difficult time adjusting to what had happened, and of course, we took him under our wings, and we took up all the responsibility that his father was in the hospital for 8 months before he finally succumbed, and during that period, we took care of him, made sure he went to school. But in terms of the mental situation was very, very difficult.
When my dad passed away, I used to go through a depression problem. So I used to get down on myself a lot. Like, I used to cry a lot. I used to, like, when I played basketball, after every game that I lost, I'd cry, like just cry. I used to sit in my room and I got his obituary, like the book. I got his obituary hanging up on my wall, and like every time I would look at it, I'd break down crying, or I just have to go to sleep or something because I can't look at it. When he passed away, I felt the game left me too. I felt everything left me. I felt everybody left me. I felt the man that I only do it for, only play for, left me. So when he left, I almost quit. I didn't felt no reason to play no more until my brother got me back in the gym.
I just told him, that's what we've been doing for a while, to stay positive, keep going. And he's been working so hard to be a good basketball player. My dad put a lot of work into I put a lot of work into us, all of us, being together, being good basketball players, and just, keep pushing, keep going through, and good things will happen for you. May to keep his memory living on, and good things will happen to you.
Charlie and I would talk quite a bit when I was the head basketball coach there, and he was around my kids and our program a lot. And, when kids would get out of line or something, he would always say something to them, and he just really liked the way that our program went. And then when I came to Michigan State, Coach Izzo and I being so close, and our values and the way we do things are so similar to one another that he always wanted Gabe in this situation. And it was his dream that his son play here at Michigan State. So when he passed away, everything was already set for him to make that transition to come here. It's unfortunate that his dad never had the opportunity to watch him play. But I like to think that his dad is watching.
McQuaid up ahead. Brown, first basket in a Michigan State uniform for the freshman Gabe Brown. Chases it down. Good kick out. Here is Gabe Brown. He's got the distance.
A sweet stroke for Gabe Brown.
And another timeout.
He's not a hardened kid. He's an appreciative kid. He's a kid that gets it. He's trying to learn. He got raised by his brother a lot. He's just trying to figure things out. But you know what? He has elephant ears. And I think because of that, he too is getting better. He's starting to understand. And I think the guy that's helped him a lot has been Joshua Langford. He lives with Josh. Josh is such an incredible human being that he really talked a lot with him. He tries to help mentor Gabe. And Gabe is going to get better because he has a passion for the game. He has a purpose for playing, like nobody else's, his father. And I think he has an appreciation for Michigan State. You put those three things together, that's a good combination.
I remember when I was about think 14, I was sitting in my room. I think he just got done watching the Michigan State basketball game. And he came in my room and told me, he said, "Gabe, I want you to go there. I want you to play for Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo is one of the greatest coaches in basketball." And that always stuck in my mind. That's where I always wanted to go. So with him saying that, I worked day in, day out just to get here. And Michigan State is probably one of the greatest changes of my life.
The biggest thing, and I've told him this, the biggest thing for me is to see him live out his dream, which is to play championship basketball here at Michigan State, and then one day possibly become a pro. And for me, that would be the greatest thing that I could give back, that I had a hand in helping him to do that I could give back to Charlie, his dad, and to their family.
That was kind of something between him and his father. And when you have something like that between you and your father, and then you lose your father, you hang on to that. And so I feel like I have an obligation too. I have an obligation to make sure that his dreams and goals and what he told his father and what his father told him come true. So I'm all in on this deal. And because of that, I'm not worried about Gabe failing. It's just a matter of how fast he has success.
They're trying to get it in. Here comes that double team very quickly. Shot clock down to 5. Ward passes out of it. Good.
I gotta tell you, Coach Izzo gives you information. Like, he told us Gabe Brown was going to have an impact at some point soon, and Gabe Brown hit a couple threes against Louisville, and it's a really good shooter, and there he is.
How I got through it was I had my family and everybody there to support me, but I told myself in my mind that I know I got to get to the NBA. I know I got to get to Michigan State. I know I got to do the things that he always told me that he wanted me to do. I mean, growing up, he didn't give me individual goals that I knew I had to live up to, like getting to the NBA, playing for Michigan State. Just that was the main two that always stuck in the back of my mind. I told myself, I can't fail. I can't be a failure in this society that we have now. For somebody that's going through this right now, I say keep their head up, because you don't know what can happen.